There we are. All right.
Wrong. Throw the lever.
Throw the lever. Wrong lever.
The red button. The red button.
It's actually the blue button. What are you doing? No, you fool. No. Yeah. Also, keep in mind that we are going to be moving to Foundry, so I am opening that up at no certain time, so you all can mess with it and get used to it. But I'm probably gonna take a day for everybody to gather and kind of learn how Foundry works because we are gonna be moving to that. So that's also something to look forward to.
Yeah, you should do that like for the next 2 weeks. Then I can come back and be like, "Yeah, what I missed, guys? Nothing."
Well, I am taking a week off at the end of the month, so that is gonna be something. But
That's 3 weeks away. I don't know.
it's
I'll come back and figure out what I missed.
how long is it from there?
I'm thinking about it.
It's about 2 weeks off. All right, that's fine. All right. So, from our last session, you all, some shit happened, especially to our poor Arcanus over here, our poor boy.
I met two gods.
You did make two
Bigger than
gods. So, you were kind of snowed into the tavern, unable to really walk out. At least you suffer the consequences of that action. But making the smart choice, you decide to hunker down inside, stay warm, and not enter the freezing cold. And doing so, you did manage to converse with the tavern keeper, and they kind of filled you in on some stuff going down, and you managed to learn some things. Does anybody want to share what was learned?
My notes were I was a bit too out of it to take notes. So
That's
die.
fair.
We gonna die.
What I have in my notes is that he told us that the snake god that the town worships has been acting very strange as of late. But that's all I have for my notes.
I mean, that's a pretty good summary of it. And so as
That's a good summary.
Yeah.
Snake name is Frostholm. So it's cool.
It is Frostholm. Very good. And Arcanus, since you met two of the gods, let's go with the one that's relevant at the moment. What did you learn from Snaky Boy?
Frostfang is very friendly, very welcoming of guests, and they're very mad. They were very mad, and they've been breaking things and making the weather very horrible because the town doesn't respect him anymore like they used to. They used to pay him tribute, and in turn he would take care of the town and keep them safe, but he keeps keeping them safe and they show no respect. And in order for me to not be eaten, I told him I would tell the people here in charge that they need to worship the snake again.
That's pretty accurate.
And then it ate me anyways.
That's also pretty accurate, but he didn't kill you, so that's the good thing.
And he did say that he has been trying to communicate with them, but they're not listening. That's why we keep hearing the hissing, the sounds that sounds like a giant hiss.
Oh, yeah, yep.
So, a hero point to Seer, Arcanus, Beer. Yeah.
Does anybody need a hero point? Because I'm still maxed out on hero points.
I'm going to start throwing stressful situations at you guys. Start using your hero points.
Yes. I could use a hero point. I have one hero point as well.
May I donate my hero point, Alex?
I will allow it.
All right, for 10 gold, you can have. I will donate. No, just take it.
No, none of that. Be nice.
I know.
For
I know.
$5.
For 5. Okay.
Bruh.
Okay.
Humans receive it.
And so, you all formed a plan to go ahead and visit 3 specific sources of potential information, which was the Elder, the hatchery, and the library. Let's see. We have Arcanus and Baker going to the Elder. We have Seer, Gabriel, and Gooble going to the hatchery. And we have Beer, Z, and Tesh going to the library. Now, did anybody want to change this, go somewhere else, anything like that?
I do not, and I still want Google to go with them to the hatchery just for so I can get experience with the other people.
All right. So then we're all happy with this decision.
Yeah, it seems legit.
All right.
Split the party. Nothing could go wrong.
What could go wrong? It could be completely fine. As the
Feel
DM
like-
smiles behind the screen.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Let's go. All right.
Let's go.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Also, Baker, that's a good reason to get sidetracked.
Yeah. It just showed up in my house. Not gonna lie. It just appeared.
So, in that case, here's how I'm gonna do this. I'm going to roll 1d3. 1 is Elder, 2 is Hatchery, 3 is Library. And what we roll on is what we're gonna go with first. As you all wake up to a lovely morning. You've already had breakfast. You had eggs and sausage. That's right. I remember now.
And Z stuffed her pockets yet again.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, she did.
Pocket sauce.
Her and Seer.
Beer did not eat because he assumed what the eggs were made of.
I'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to the hatchery first.
Well, Beer's train of thought is, when in Rome, do as Romans do. When in Rome, you do not eat the Romans.
But, yeah, no, that's fair. That's accurate. Alright, so Google will go with Gabriel and Seer. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay. Alright. So, as all of you go into your directions, to your destinations, we will focus first on the hatchery. As you kind of make your way to the area you were pointed to from the tavern keeper, you will find a relatively large building. The hatchery is definitely a carefully maintained facility. A very large facility. It looks like it spans about 3 stories tall and is about. Ooh, I am horrible with actual sizes, but we're gonna say it's about 10 yards wide. That's right, right? Well, half the
Are you
size.
going for like a...
How about half the size of a football field? There we go. That's a better way to describe it.
That would be
Nah,
15 yards by 50 yards.
There we go. There we go. As you enter the hatchery proper, you'll find that there's actually a little bit almost like a receptionist area, with a number of bulletin boards and other things that's kind of display information on snake species, cultural significance, sustainability, care intending, relation, even the history about the frost serpent itself and the relationship it has with the town, and why snakes are kind of raised here. You will learn actually that the type of snake that is raised is, and I believe the word is indigenous to this specific region, is a type of snow snake. It likes to bury itself into the snow, much how snakes in other lands, mainly in the hot temperatures, bury themselves in sand or the like. These bury themselves in snow. They are accustomed to the colder climates, whether most lizards or snakes tend to do very poorly in cold climates. These ones seem to thrive in it. And so they have carefully adjusted the temperatures of the inside of the facility to make sure it sustains a decent temperature for the snakes to inhabit. And they go ahead and continue to uh, multiply the snakes to which they can sustain them. Um, Unlike chickens, honestly, that's the closest way I could kind of think of it as. Um, as you kind of walk around the facility, you do watch as an individual in heavier clothing, because the inside is a little bit colder than you would expect, kind of walks up to you. It's like, well, howdy, 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 friends. What brings you to the hatchery today?
Here smiles. He looks towards his party and says, I'm here to purchase some snake bones. You have that on sale.
Neck bones. Well, that's a relatively rare request you got there, sir, but I think we can go ahead and accommodate you. Um, in fact, we do have snakes dying every now and again, and we do empty out the cages. And I think we do have some spare bones. That's something we can do.
How much, please? I like to have a good bit amount
Um,
materials.
well, we could do 3 snakes worth of bones there for you, and we can do that for a good old silver piece.
I take give you 2 silver for 6 bones.
Well,
Is that good?
that's mighty kind of you. I'll certainly take it.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
And he'll go ahead and
Seer
walk. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
here's the silver, and he opens up a. He looks. Wait. What?
He will waddle off and get you the bones and kind of leave you to your own devices. Um, how about the rest of you? What are the rest of you doing?
I mean, I really just came here to make sure Seer doesn't get himself into a Seer situation that he often does.
I see a
Get
situation.
himself hurt.
Okay. Yeah.
Situation.
Just bad.
Here, I'm always follow the law of the land. Can't help
Just
He
the
makes a
wrong
lot of
help
plans.
people.
He often makes grave mistakes.
Oh my god. Both of you. Bad. It's bad.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I know it. Oh, don't I know it.
Don't be a
Google.
party killer.
I see what you did there. Google will actually be walking in a specific direction.
Oh.
It'll
Have to
start
keep
walking.
an eye on Ubel too. I'll follow Ubel. Okay.
Okay. As you kind of follow Google, You will watch as he leads you into a snake's den. And what I mean by that is that, again, like almost like a chicken coop, you see there are various housings for snakes and a large area in which snakes can roam, with packed snow kind of for them to kind of bury themselves in and do their own thing. That is behind almost like a glass wall, so the snakes cannot escape. And as you go ahead and follow Google will kind of go up to the glass wall, and Google's gonna do some shit. Google will look past the glass, and you'll watch him start to say something in Goblin. In doing so, one of the snakes perks its head out of the snow and starts to hiss at Google. Google will continue to talk to Goblin at the snake, and almost like anything, it starts to reply to Google.
Okay.
That uh, Tess, do you know Goblin by any chance?
No.
I need someone to roll me an Arcana. No, actually, nope. Either Arcana or Nature.
Both those things.
I will roll nature.
I'll roll Arcana.
Yeah.
I got a number.
Also a number.
Yes, you would both recognize this as almost like a druidic sort of ability, Seer. They do have the ability to kind of harness the elements, um, specifically more commune with them, as it were. And this seems to be something Google's kind of doing at this moment. Gabriel, you will notice that Google is using some sort of um, primordial spell likely to communicate with the snake.
Oh, what a good little Google.
To which,
A
go ahead.
what's the word? A very, very shamanistic of you, Google. Your tribe shall be proud.
Google seems to be doesn't even know, seem to recognize or not recognize, seem to take notice of you, as he's just focused on the snake and talking to the snake. This kind of goes on for probably a couple minutes. Sorry, sir, you
It
want to say?
will look out.
Yeah.
It will start looking out for trouble and see if anyone's coming by. He will plan out some way to distract other people from not seeing
Well,
Google.
the person that went to go get your snake bones is quickly approaching your direction.
Seer will flash up towards him and say, "Oh, here I am," and start in a conversation.
Oh well, I done gonna get you your snake bones. Thank you very much for your patronage. Is there anything else I can do for you? We do uh, tours of our lovely hatchery here. If you're ever interested in a snake, and we do go ahead and demonstrate specific aspects of the usages of the snakes here. If that's something you all gonna want to see.
Oh yes, yes, I'm a very much a crafter indeed. Can you direct me and tour me towards the butchery, please? I'd like to see how y'all process the skins.
Well, yeah, well, it's this way, if you wouldn't mind following me. How about your compatriots over there?
Well, they just find where they at.
All right. Well, follow me, and we're gonna take you to a tour.
No problem, no problem. Lead away.
and he will go ahead and lead you on a tour of the facility. To which you learn some things, Seer, in doing so. For one, your guesses were correct, as they do go ahead and process the meat of a snake, or the snakes, in various ways. They fillet it, they go ahead and make it into sausage, they have actual snake steaks as well as they go ahead and use the snake eggs, almost as they would like chicken eggs as well. So they can make omelets and in that regard. Additionally, they also take the hide of the snakes and use it to make various clothings. Additionally, though not specifically poisonous themselves, the snow snakes do have um, a bit of a bite to them that deal a specific sort of uh, their how do I phrase this? Their venom isn't so much venom as it is almost like cold water, and when it's injected into somebody, it kind of lowers their body temperature in doing so. Um, so they actually go
Oh,
ahead and harvest that so that they can make certain potions.
ooh, I was very much interested in that as well. Um, Seer will be doing his best to distract the man as he gets samples of the skin and samples of the steak and try to get him a vial of snow snake venom.
Um,
It's
so
funny, of
all
course.
these are things you can buy, by the way. You can get a carton of
I will buy
snake
it.
eggs. You can get a flank of either snake steak or fillet. You can also get a number of snake skins you can use to craft, or you can get snake, snow snake venom, for lack of a better terminology. Um, and you can use that to make potions as well. Each
Um,
specific thing I've listed does cost a silver.
oh, then I will have uh spend 5 gold to get 10 sets of each.
Okay, go ahead and take off the gold and go ahead and add those to your inventory, please. And once we have Foundry, I can actually make shops that you guys can actually purchase stuff from there. It's gonna be cool. I'm excited.
Nifty.
Once we can actually get that to work. Okay. Let's see here. As for you, Gabriel, you watch as there's this conversation going on between Google and the snake. It goes on for a while, until Google kind of nods and kind of looks back up at you, kind of smiling.
Did you find someone fun, Mr. Google?
Google
Little Google.
learn. Google learn thing.
Oh, good. I'll be sure to tell. Was it Baker? Who's this? Who owns the Google?
That would be beer.
Beer. Sorry, beer. Baker, beer. My bad. I'll be sure to let Beer know so that you could, talk about it.
Yes, much news, much say. Okay. And if you inquire no further, you and Google can kind of walk away from the hatchery. And now that Sierra's definitely caused a distraction, he's buying stuff. Every merchant will be happy to have someone buy things from them. As you kind of finish the tour, Seer and Gabriel and Google kind of finish as well as you walk out with your purchases. Gabriel, you will see, it looks like Seer has made a variety of purchases.
See here.
Can you help me carry this, by the way? good sirs. you see a big old sack full of purchases on his back.
What have you bought, Mr. Sear?
Oh, many fine crafts made of snake.
See. Well, I mean, sure.
The DM is making notes. Don't mind me. Okay.
Oh, by the way, you want some steak? I got steak too. I want to try cooking this.
Maybe.
All right. And as you all kind of inquire about that, we'll move to the next group. Thank you all for your patience. So it is the Elder and the Library. I am going to flip a coin, and that's who we'll go with. Heads or tails?
Who?
Tails.
Tails? Alright. Huzzah. Tails it is. So you want to go second or first?
We can go first.
Alright. First it is. So we're going to go ahead and move to Beer, Z, and Tesh. Let me grab my stuff there. Library. Okay. So, Beer, Z, and Tesh, you managed to go ahead and find the library off to the western side of the village of Frostholm. It is definitely an older building. Probably has seen some years of age to it, but still maintains its structure, still stands sturdy. It seems to be a one-story building, but does go ahead and stretch out a long ways. Probably made to house different types of books and other sorts of scriptures. In walking in, you do see that you do walk into almost looks like a warehouse of books stuffed on shelves. And as you look to your right, you do see a desk. There is a older lady, probably in her 80s or so, human, slumped over the desk, snoring away.
What kind of stuff on the shelves?
That's a good question. So, you see a number of texts, scrolls, manuscripts across the shelves. They seem to be in a random order, as there is not really any sort of specific assignment to the books. Looks like whatever what was found is just kind of stuck onto shelves and preserved.
No, that's not interesting enough.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. You would see this actually. If you're looking for something interesting specifically, towards the back,
Yeah.
you watch, whether you find, there is a number of scrolls that seem to be locked behind a cage.
Huh. That's more interesting. And you point that out to Tash, be like, how do they have scrolls behind the cage?
Forbidden knowledge or something.
Huh.
Given the way they're so secretive about their cult, it might be about that.
You think so?
Could be. I could be completely wrong, but
How interested are we in finding out?
like extremely. Hey, Beer. What do you think?
Yes.
What the? It looks like all the interesting books are tucked away behind this cage here. What do you think?
He's gonna gaze over them. Are they in relatively good condition, Alex? That we can tell.
So they're not so much books, as it looks like they're like stacks of paper, stacked on top of each other. Almost like a collection of notes. Let's see here.
But it's like a cage, like kind of like, I don't know, like a little
Yeah, it's kind of
like bars.
yes.
Wait, how big are bars? Like how big is the gaps between them?
Maybe like an inch.
Okay, so really tight. Would the books be able to fit through them?
It's
The scrolls or whatever? Just from like a look.
Let me see. I would say, with a good enough.
Sorry, hold on. I got a phone call. I think the person's been calling me at like 11 at night. Hello?
He just went out of the room. Just for context, so there's like shelves and stuff, and there's the like, I'm assuming the librarian. She's like kind of sleeping over a desk. And then is this cage behind her or like further down?
So she's at the front at the desk, and this is at the complete back of the library.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it was just spam stuff, so.
Bam.
Okay, so we're just still standing at the entrance, pointing down, looking at it. So we can't really see from here.
Okay.
That kind of stuff. Yeah. I just happen to notice things behind bars.
They look interesting.
They do look interesting. I mean,
Just for out of context thing, for beer, as long as it's not a sign that says "Do not touch," I don't think he would have any issue with it.
yeah, figures as much. You guys are gonna chat to the lady, right? I'll be right back, and I'll just wait. Is there anybody else in the room?
Well, that's why I was wondering about the size of the gap between the bars, because I could just use Mage Hand to like grab scrolls and bring them out.
Looking at it, it would probably be incredibly difficult to pull the papers through the bars, because a lot of them are like stuck together, kind of like almost like in a diary-like fashion, and they're thick enough to where they probably wouldn't fit well through the bars.
Is there anybody?
There's no one here besides the lady, and she is asleep. Which, speaking of which, if you're going to sneak up, I need a stealth check. Perfect. You are good, Z. You don't make a sound. As you come closer to the entrapped parchments, you will see that again they are behind this cage. That seems almost like crisscrossed in its design. There's also a lock on the cage.
That I was expecting. I would like, with zero knowledge of Arcana, to check for traps.
Okay. Roll me thievery, please.
Wow.
Looking
What did I
around,
do?
you're doing the thing. You're doing the thing. Yeah, I would say kind of look around. You don't see any sort of wires. You don't see any sort of secret latches. You don't see anything specifically suspicious.
Alrighty then, I will take out my lockpick and get to work.
I will need a separate thievery for this, please. Okay. Z doing what Z does best. Damn, 12. You have a 12 in. Wow, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Doing Z things. Okay. Like almost nothing. You manage to go ahead and unlock the lock as just kind of. It almost must have falls to the ground, but you manage to catch it before it does and just kind of set it down. By the way, the DC for this lock was 25.
Nice.
Just saying.
People who look at that stuff.
Well, since I'll just look back over to the front. Looks like I guess they haven't woken her up yet, so there's no nobody else in the room. I'll take the time to actually look at what's in there.
Okay. You see a number of notes, and I have a lot of shit to send you, so give me a moment.
Okay.
As you are the only one looking at. So here we go. You're gonna get a lot of notifications on Discord. I apologize, but I wasn't expecting. No, shame on me. I wasn't expecting the thief to do things so well. So, it's partly my fault. That's fine.
To be fair, she always picks the lock. Just does not find out that the traps are there until they hit her in the face.
No,
Yeah,
that's fair. That's
She doesn't
give me a moment,
That's
please.
true.
I'm going to send everything.
I'm actually shocked this wasn't enchanted.
I mean, we can change that.
I was totally
joking.
that.
I'm joking.
It'd be funny. It's like if you unlock it the wrong way, it's like the money bag from the money truck, so you get hit with a blue powder, but you just have a blue aura around you at all times.
So each one's
Or
going to
it'd
come
be-
into. Just kind of explain. Each one is going to come into a series of notes. So you're going to see them in quotations. They're going to be separated and disorganized. So you will have to kind of put them in order. It's going to be the main thing here. But this is going to take me some time. So please role play amongst yourselves. Get that all done.
Yeah, are you guys just standing there waiting to see if she wakes up? You're gonna do distraction if she wakes up, or?
I wanted to give you more time.
Yeah,
do your
nice.
thing.
Okay, cool.
Without risking her turning around to take a look.
No, that's good.
So
Beer does not want to be what is it? Oh my god, guilty by association. So he's going to seek off.
Oh, okay.
If I don't see this happening, I don't have to say I'm involved.
So are you just going back outside, or just around the corner type thing?
I'm looking around for, I guess, text and whatnot. I'm, I guess, looking at the books on the shelves.
What was the other notes? Not that one.
I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting by the desk with the sleeping old lady.
I'll be listening for your cough.
Or for me to start talking.
Yeah.
Wonder what that goblin is up to.
What? Who's up there?
Okay. So. God damn it. No.
He should have known the raccoon was gonna do it.
I know. I should have known. I should have known. So.
Out.
Here's how this. Oh shit. Really? I'm okay. So what the first one messages is the outline for each sort of book that's in here. The second message I'm going to send you is a number of quotes that kind of stand out.
Okay.
Hold on. There's a limit to how much. Hold on. That I can send out once.
But yeah, there is a limit. I know that limit. Go don't play about that.
So, with that. Okay, here is the first few chapters.
Z, you robbed a whole book, didn't you? You robbed a whole book.
Here is the last chapters and the starts of the quotes and the last of the quotes.
Okay. So these are all separate? It's like somebody's writing this?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Oh man, I kind of want all of this. I don't want to take it all though.
Z, you're gonna have to make a
Yeah.
very tough choice here. Obviously, you could definitely take it all if you wanted to, but anybody that looks at the cage is gonna notice they're all missing.
Yeah.
So you could take it all and raise a vast amount of suspicion. You could take half of it and maybe raise suspicion, maybe not. Or you could take none of it and hope that you remember everything and hope you don't need it, but you won't raise suspicion.
No, I want chapter 3 for sure. Chapter 4. 5 and 6. I'm gonna leave. Oh, that's not very many to leave, but I'm gonna leave 1, 2, and 7.
1, 2, and 7 is going to be left behind. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And are you going to leave any of the other, like, smaller notes? Or you just going to take the chapters?
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll leave the notes.
Okay.
Just the chapters.
So, 3 through 6. So, to do this. Up. And then I'm going to do this. Since technically you will not have them. There you go.
That's fair. Fair. That's fair. I
But-
forgot you could edit messages.
Yep. So if you're not taking them,
Okay.
you don't get to review them back. But
No, that's fine. And glancing over, seeing that she's still asleep. Yeah, so I'll tuck them into my bag. And I'll put the lock back on.
I need another stealth check, please.
Yeah. This is where I'll fail.
No, don't say that.
Hope not.
No. This is where I do awesome. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, you're good. That's thievery, not stealth, though. Actually, no, what'd you roll? Hold on.
Oh.
You roll a 12? No, you rolled a 10. What is your bonus
It's
to...
the same.
Same? Okay,
It's
never
the
mind.
same.
You're fine. You're fine then. You just kind of hop over papers, kind of crawl under tables, and not make any noise as you kind of make your way back to the group.
And then I'll go over to Beer and say, "Hey, I think I got all we need, but if you want to talk to her, go ahead."
I will ask what it and where you got it from.
A story about how the Guardian came to be. And it was on the shelf over there.
Yes, the easily accessible shelf. Yes, that's what we're gonna go with.
Mhm.
He's gonna. I posted in Discord like what Beers was doing. Well, he was doing.
He's looking away, he's like, I don't see nothing. I don't see anything. Just gonna ignore what's happening over there.
My professional integrity is maintained.
The shelf over there. If they didn't want anyone to get it, then I wouldn't have been able to got it.
Note to self, make traps harder. Got it.
No.
No, that would make it easier.
Okay. Is anybody gonna wake up the lady, or we're just gonna leave her to sleep?
I am.
Oh, that's
I
kind of
mean-
rude.
Because I feel like it'd be extraordinarily rude, and she might have information that's like stories to tell that aren't in the book, those books.
Makes sense. Well, you don't know what I got, so.
That's true. I absolutely have no idea.
No, I didn't even tell you yet.
So once Z's finished, and she's out of there, I'll give a gentle cough.
Yeah, as soon as you kind of cough, she just like stands straight up. It's like, what? Oh, hello, dear. Welcome to our library. And how can I help you?
Oh, we're in town for we're with the caravan going to Fort Snowport or Fort Snow Range, and we've heard a lot about what's like some stuff was happening with the storms and stuff, and like I'm interested in that, but I'm also interested in all sorts of other stuff. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to use my new feat, discreet inquiry.
Oh.
And I'm trying to milk as much information about this basically snake cult and like their worship practices, like what their current practices are, without like her cluing in that that's what I'm fishing for. Because most people in this town seem to be kind of reluctant to pass that information on. So,
Determine if someone else have. Anyone trying to gather information to determine if someone else is asking around about the topic. Okay.
That's awesome.
That is a cool ability. Holy shit. And what's your deception? What is your bonus to deception?
well,
Oh my, that's decent.
12. So that means your DC for this is 22. Gee, no one's gonna make that. Not a chance in hell. Damn. Okay. So she'll just kind of says like, oh, we do have some past information. Um, we do have some books on local legends, and we do have some scriptures as well. That some like to kind of go over if need be. You're welcome to kind of peruse the aisles, see if there's anything that interests you. Just anything locked behind a cage or locked away or anything like that is off limits. As there is a jail time if you do look at those. Otherwise, everything is up for grabs, as they say.
could you recommend something?
A history of Frostholm. I can talk. A history of Frostholm, Volume 1 is a good place to start. There are 25 volumes in that set. If you really want to dive deeper into the history of our humble city, there is Legend of the Snow Serpent that has 48 volumes to it, if you're interested. There's also the I think those would be the main things that would probably give you an answer.
Beer has a particular interest in the one dealing with the frosting.
Let's see. Well, I'm unfortunately I am on a bit of a time crunch because we do need to get moving on. So I don't really think I have time to read 25 or 40 volumes. I don't suppose you can give me a bit of a rundown. Like give me a brief story.
Well, once long ago, our humble city was in a bit of a pickle, to which, with a bit of back and forth, we made a deal with a frost serpent. In doing so, they lended our power to us, and since then we have seen a history in which we have flourished, even in these harsh conditions.
Oh, very nice. Now, obviously, throughout this conversation, I'm asking questions that are irrelevant to what I'm trying to get, but what I want to know is like the early worship practice.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I'm basically the information I'm looking for is the early worship practices versus what the worship practices are now. Because we've Arcanus found out that the servant's unsatisfied with the way he's worshipped nowadays. It's worshipped, so we need to know what's different.
I would say currently, from what you've seen, like from what the old lady tells you and what you see from the scriptures and the books, there's really not any worship outlined to the serpent. And from what the texts and everything you actually see on the shelves, that hasn't changed.
Okay. So obviously they never actually wrote down what it was. They did. But
Beer has thought. Considering, I don't know if this library goes by your classic library standards, would there be a chronological documentation area in which, like, if the town has a paper crier, notes left behind, usually they keep, like most libraries keep newspapers on those little wooden dowels that you can go back and research. Like if you're doing historic research on like something happened that in 1960 when the paper first came out. Is there such a thing here?
Let me see. So what they have is, it looks more along the lines of there's definitely a sort of how to explain it. There's definitely a running theme from what you read from these books and what you gather from them, and from what the old lady tells you, in that it almost paints a picture in that the frost serpent has always been sort of subservient, in that it's always protected them, and they've never needed to give anything in return, in what they do. And even as you kind of look through the records, it's always been the servant does this, the servant does that, but there's no reading of what they do for the serpent.
So there's no like news thing of like, by decree of the elders, this changes at this point, or
there is not.
Okay.
Hey, Beer. I think I have what you're looking for.
All right. Just so that it doesn't seem too suspicious, Beer would like to ask is there any extra volumes available that would be able to be purchased on the Frostfang that would be essential? or one would consider essential.
Unfortunately, none of the documents can be taken out of the library, dear.
He was just trying to see if there's any like extra copies if they had, like sometimes they sell.
They do not, unfortunately. But you could always steal some if you feel it's important to you.
No, that goes against his thing. He's not going to steal.
All right.
Wait,
Yeah.
did she say that?
No. That's DM to player.
I honestly don't think there's any books that are actually useful to us from that are actually out and available. And she obviously doesn't really have a whole lot of information.
Oh well, we tried.
Yeah.
Appreciate your assistance, man.
Okay.
Unless anybody has something else.
Does anybody have anything else they want to do here?
Beer has one final question for her.
Yes.
As sightseers of the town, is there any recommendation of a place you would... I can't talk either, Alex.
Is there
any
Go ahead.
Oh, is there any location that one visiting this place would absolutely have to see? What would you recommend?
Oh, I would definitely recommend the hatchery.
Beer does the mental check note and with his eyes and gives her a little head nod.
All right. Okay. And with that, we'll close up that part. Now, last but not least, and thank you very much, Arcanus and Baker, for being so patient. But we will now get to you. You two.
Yippee! I can't wait to talk to some old people.
That's exactly what you're gonna do. All right. So, you approach a relatively, how to say, definitely a building that also has some history to it, but has been very well kept. Looks to be like a two-story house specifically. As you approach the house, there is a knocker on the door, to which you can go ahead and make your presence. The outside of the home, though, is very ornate, in that it has a series of different plants that seem to survive the cold, specifically flowers. In the middle of the garden, there's actually a fountain with a sort of a sculpture of a serpent that seems to be hissing as it looks up into the sky, and that seems to be where the water comes from and kind of comes back down to a pool at the bottom. But yes, as you approach the home, how do you wish to do this?
Well, I'm mostly there as Arcanus' backup because I don't want any one person to go alone. Because you never know what's going to happen.
So what I'm hearing is that Arcanus taking the lead on this one. Oh boy.
Correct.
I'm there to stop them from getting into too much trouble.
Right. Okay. Well, then Arcanus, what do, buddy?
There's no guards?
There's no guards.
I suppose I will look to Darian and go, I had a thought on the way here. What if they've betrayed the snake god and this is a bad idea for just us to go in?
When in doubt, I'll become as bright as the sun. Everyone will know it was me.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up to the door and knock on it.
All right. So you go ahead and take the handle, get a few knocks. You wait a moment, not really hearing anything, even with your keen uh, ears. You don't hear anything, Arcanus. But then you see the door open, and before you is an elderly gentleman um, that seems to almost exude this picturesque form of wisdom and authority. They have long, graying hair that reaches down their back, and a long gray beard that matches. Um, though, as you kind of look at his eyes, they are cold as ice and just as blue as they look at you. He wears a almost like a rather almost uniform like set of robes that probably keeps him warm. And as he kind of looks towards you, how tall is Arcanus again?
He's about, I believe it was like 7 feet. Or just
Okay, so he is shorter than you, but not by too much. As he kind of slightly looks up, like, "Hello, it's wasn't expecting visitors today. How can I assist you?"
my name is Arcanus. I was hoping to meet with the elders of the town.
Unfortunately, the elders are out. There's just one elder, and you are looking at him.
Is that so? Where are the others?
They are out. They are busy with other responsibilities.
Fair enough. Well, there's really no good way to put this. I'm a stranger to you and I'm approaching your doorstep. I'm passing through your town with a nearby caravan, and last night, a snake came to me in my dream.
He just kind of furrows his brow. Just kind of looking at you. Kind of looks you up and down. I see. And this is relevant to me how?
Well, because he's very upset with you and your circle in particular. And the whole town, really. He says the weather that's bad right now is because of him. And it's because the town has stopped treating him with respect and worshiping him as they had agreed to.
I see. What's your name, boy?
Arcanus.
Arcanus. Good name. Strong name. Smart name. So, that being the case, I'll tell you this. What happens in this village is our business, and while I expect your determination and forthcoming with this information, it is honestly none of your business. So unless you have something else that actually pertains to you, and I can assist you with, I believe that is all.
I was really afraid that was going to be your answer.
Oh, so you guys are the stuck-up type.
Raises an eye. Stuck up, or keep to our ways. Everything that has been happening has worked out and will work out. It's just a bump in the road.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because the snake who's been protecting your village this entire time wouldn't agree with you.
Well, it sounds like a child throwing a tantrum. And we'll take care of that.
A child? You're calling a snake, a guardian snake, a child?
He doesn't even answer. He just kind of looks at you.
How stuck up can you be?
Truly.
Cannot even admit that your city's in danger.
This
We
is
will-
very concerning.
We will handle the situation as we see fit. Again, I don't understand how this concerns you.
Well, I've taken an oath, sir, to protect people, and the people of this town are in danger because of actions, from what I understand and what you appear to be putting off, is your fault. And I wish to speak candidly. If you owe this snake no worship, I would understand that you should be left alone, but
We owe the snake
that's not what you're
nothing.
saying. Is that so? It's protected your village this entire time.
We've protected our village. We have put in the work. We have made the sacrifices. The snake has done nothing from all I've seen, and deserves nothing. So it can throw its tantrum, it can make its demands. We will see to make sure that things are set right.
I see. And what powerful weapon do you intend to use to defeat the snake god who's upset with you?
Again, I do not see how that is your concern, or why I should tell you that information.
Arcanus kind of raises a brow. I think I've had quite enough of this conversation. What about you?
Well, I will agree.
Wonderful. Then if you'll excuse
If
me,
here's the thing, if they're this stuck up with their ways and not willing to just talk to them, for all I care, they can die to the storm.
he's already closing the door. He doesn't. In his mind, he doesn't need to hear this. He's closing the door.
Real quick, while we were talking, can I make like a quick perception check over his shoulder just to see if there's anything remotely suspicious in view?
Oh hell yeah! Rolling perception check, please.
Only an 11.
Yeah, you're not gonna see anything with that. Baker can make a perception check as well, though.
Oh,
Yes,
could I spend?
please,
Can I spend a hero
was
point
about
to
to ask-
reroll mine?
Oh, yes, you may spend a hero point.
I was about to ask permission to roll.
You go ahead and roll 2. Let's see if we can. That's better.
That is better. Baker, you also wish to use a hero point to reroll?
You know what? I'm going to, because it'll be the cool if I get good.
Okay,
Oh my.
that's a little better.
All right, the slow climb.
All right. So in that case, you both will see it. As the door closes and he walks away from the door, you see a glimpse, just for a moment before the door is shut. You swear you see an empty room in the distance with a magic circle on the floor. Before you could say anything, the door shut on you.
I'll start walking away with Baker. If only we had somebody on our team who was really sneaky who could get into the window and see what that is.
Well, you know what? We could deal with that, or if we really wanted to, if it's just Zen, we could just go in there, incapacitate them, and look around. But that's not a very noble way to do it.
Listen, I'm perhaps before I took my oath, I would have been down for that, but I'm afraid if I do anything so out of line, I could suffer consequences.
Yeah,
However,
that's why I said. That's why I said this may not be the most noble path. I am also probably not likely to be the one to do it because I don't want to really lose my powers either.
Yeah, we're the only 2 people keeping these people alive.
Yeah. But honestly, if you can somehow find a way to communicate with that snake god again, or demigod, whatever they are, and explain what this entire conversation was, maybe we can come to a compromise between the two of them, potentially. That doesn't involve too much blood.
Certainly. I would like to figure out what that thing we saw in his house was first, because if they're
But-
planning some kind of trap for it.
But before we head out, can I read the aura of the house?
Like magical aura?
Yeah, I'll just read aura, yeah. And it's technically level 2. My cantrips.
The house itself does not give any sort of magical aura.
All right. Well, that confirms one thing at least. It's just a magic. Is this probably a magic circle, and it's not affecting the house itself.
Magic circles are typically used to trap things, are they not?
Or cast spells beyond one's ability if there's enough people participating.
Interesting. We should take this back to the team.
That would be a great idea.
Where did we say we were going to meet everyone? Right, just
Probably
back at
the tavern.
right?
Caravan tavern.
Yeah.
I will say at this point, you will, as you kind of walk back, take some time. The first probably to arrive would be those of the hatchery. Next would be those of probably the elder, and furthest away would be the library. So library would be the last to kind of arrive. But eventually, you all would eventually arrive at the tavern, as it were. The tavern is once again empty, and even the tavern keeper kind of looks at all of you, starting to gather, and just kind of like shrugs and walks you to the kitchen as if to leave you to your own privacy. But you all have gathered at the tavern proper.
So what was the hatchery like?
Oh, I
You see,
young blood here has some information, and old blood there did everything as you might expect.
you see, Seer walks in with a big bag of bones, other knickknacks, as he puts it on a table and looks towards y'all.
Google found something.
Like he
Google
just
found
been-
something. Google is jumping up and down as you all arrive.
Oh,
Yes, I reiterate. Google found something.
Google
Was
learned
very,
Uh,
very much important.
Beer would like to put his hand over the goblin's mouth for a second, and it's like, we should make for a secluded corner.
Let's go to the carriage, the best place there is.
Yeah, nobody's. It's not gonna be easy to spy us there.
Well, it's empty in here, and the tavern keeps in the kitchen.
Yeah, but the carriage is just outside.
Okay.
It's a carriage is.
All right, so you all will
Need to
head
go
to.
start trapping.
You all will head towards the carriage. Not a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Carriage is right outside. You manage to make your way in as the carriage magically transform into a nice little meeting place for you all, as you know of it. As you kind of walk in, Google is bursting with excitement as he kind of gently, respectfully pushes the hand away from his mouth, like, Google, say something now? Google, say?
What's up, Google?
Bear will pull out a little stool for him to sit.
He will politely sit on it. It's like, Google learn from snakes. Snakes tell story. Snakes,
Whoa, you talk to the snakes?
I talk to snakes, yes.
That's cool.
Snakes say they come from great ancestor. Uh, they managed to uh, make home here. Ancestor, great lord, and managed to uh, live in snow. They say ancestors come from Lord Snake and uh, once lived with Lord Snake, but take from home, so say. Uh, Now they live in hatchery, but they miss their home. But comfy, not so much sad than disappointed.
Interesting. Interesting.
Arcanus, roll me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Let's see if you remember. I'm gonna remind you. I'm gonna type something to you. 1 second, please.
Okay.
Seeing like the snakes wants to leave. Not too.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
They're not feeling too bad about the situation they're in.
Wait, they all live in a hatchery? They don't have any, like, out in the wild?
Well, it's pretty messed up. Sear starts to go in details about what he's seen, what he bought. He even give you examples that he takes it out of the bag and sets it on the table.
So
This
it's
is
like a
very
sheep
good.
farm? Or it's like a sheep farm? Or just like
Pretty much.
for meat and skin and stuff?
And some special items, as he shows you the
Oh.
vial.
That's really
Oh.
weird. Coming
Did I
from
tell?
Go ahead.
No, sorry. Continue.
Is he just like they're treating them like livestock, and it's like a town that's supposed to be worshipping them? That's weird. That's messed up.
I should also mention that when I told all of you I talked to the snake god last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
when I originally entered the vision, there was a hole in the ground that I approached that the large snake came out of, but before he came out, many small white snakes first slithered out. Is that similar to the ones that were at the hatchery?
They were snow snakes. So yes, they are exactly the same.
So they are killing and harvesting the god's children?
Yeah.
Can I do a religion check on Alex? See if I know anything.
Sure. Roll me religion, buddy.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Beer had a feeling, but he didn't know it went that deep.
So you do know, Seer, that when it comes to origins, many origin stories seems to stem from gods that create something. It wouldn't be far-fetched to think that snow serpents may have stemmed from the creation of this god.
All right. So they are definitely descendants.
Man, that's kind of fucked up.
Okay. So I found it looks like somebody I couldn't tell actually I'm pretty sure I didn't see like a name was writing it, but anyways, here I'll like pull out these pages out of my bag, and I'm like, it's part of a book someone's writing. This is all the stuff you are looking for in the library. So, chapter 1 talks about the pact that they made with that serpent.
Oh, I'd love to get a hold on the chapter 1 and look through it.
Yeah, I left chapter
That's what
1. That was boring. It's like, our town is not doing well, blah blah, and then chapter 2 was like, the council, whatever, blah blah, and then anyway, so chapter 3 with the serpent, and then chapter 4 is the ritual of the binding. Thought you guys would find that interesting. And then chapter 5 talks about a sacrifice a council member like with their life to secure this binding. So this is like some intense pact they made. And then chapter 6 was about basically how the frost serpent changed from being a free like guardian of the area to basically bound this place. So, and it talks about how the serpent's kind of like, you know, yearning for freedom, which is definitely what it's doing now. So
I would have wished you grabbed chapter 1 so I could take a look at what the entirety of the pact was, to see if we could find a loophole or
the
two.
pact is in chapter 3.
I thought you said the pact was in chapter 1.
Oh no.
No.
The pact is chapter 3, and then the actual ritual is chapter 4.
Number
You
1
said there was
just
a ritual binding.
Number 1 was just like background on the town or something, I forget. And
Oh, okay.
chapter
Who
2
cares?
is something about the council trying to figure out what to do and some disagreements or something. I don't know, I forget. And then chapter 7 is like, I don't know, like about the state of events, I think. I don't know, I forget. So this is what I got.
I would love to take a look at the pact they made.
That's what I would love to see the chapter about the binding.
I will hand chapter 3 to, that was Baker that said that, right? And then chapter 4 to Arcanus.
Okay. So, the chapter 3 pact with the serpent, it does detail the decision specifically made for the pact of the serpent. It doesn't really detail specifically what was in the pact, just that the pact was made.
Okay.
Just to clarify. So there's really no.
Can I read out? Is it basically what you
Yes.
had given me? Like, okay, so I'll just post that. Actually, now that I've shown you guys all, I'll just paste that into Discord. You guys can all see that. There you go.
Much appreciated. Looks over the notes.
Oh my.
There was like other notes and stuff, but I don't know, I just didn't want it to be obvious
Did-
that something was missing.
Did a great job, Z.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fear. It's out a few details that reminds them of something.
So there's nothing in here that says they were supposed to worship the snake, but it definitely seems like they like sealing a pact and binding the serpent. Like that doesn't seem like I don't see why the serpent would agree to that. So
Yeah, don't believe it did. I believe it probably agreed to be the roaming guardian. and the people performed some kind of ritual that bound it here forcefully.
It says
But
something
maybe-
about an ice sculpture in the middle of town.
Yes, we
Silent
should go
Watcher.
see that.
Silent Watcher.
So, wasn't there like a big ice water like a fountain in the middle of town?
There
Yeah.
was.
That's
Oh.
Yeah,
that's very important.
I think it may or may not be the sculpture that is referenced in the chapters.
It's a very real
Silent-
chance.
It's the
What?
best thing I could think of at the moment, considering
Oh,
where we're
wow.
at.
Who's up for some vandalism?
I
I
just
Can't
like
believe
just
I'm about to
look at my
say
hands up like
this.
always.
Here's the thing. We can't actually do it. We don't have the legal right to do any of this yet until we have proper proof.
Yeah.
Feel right
yeah.
back
Like,
for
here's the
smudge.
thing. Even if, say, we
Go.
do this, and we do break the fountain without proper backing, we could get in trouble.
You don't have
Oh,
to
yeah.
be the ones to break. As Sears at bones on his wrist.
What if we perhaps made disguises?
Disguise
Oh,
is
I'm really
also
bad.
easy.
Then nobody would know who destroyed the statue.
I
Well,
happen to have this handy disguise kit in my backpack.
Oh,
there's
me
not
too.
very many. There's not very many 7+ feet tall people around.
You know
Arcanus
what? Cloak and hunched
tucks,
over, it's hard to tell.
Arcanus throws a cloak over and tucks his tails between his legs and like flattens his ears. He's like, "No, I'm a seal hybrid."
I'm so proud.
Oh man, if you weren't so tall, I'd boop your nose.
See if you just put some makeup on to smooth the fur out.
Actually,
No.
if you want, I will pick you up so you can boop the nose.
No, that's fine.
Sear points out at the snakeskin and say, "I can make clothes now." Cloak.
I had a snake skin.
Why do you have so much snake skin?
Because he bought it.
Was very much intrigued with the material.
There's not much skin on a snake.
I feel like we're missing something here. This is just weird.
Just,
Uh,
yeah.
It's worth mentioning. Mr. Baker and I went and saw the village
Elder.
elder. One of them. The others
Oh,
were
yeah.
conveniently missing. And he was very rude and said they owe the snake nothing. But while he was slamming the door in our faces, we did notice some kind of magic circle in an empty room behind him.
Weird.
Well,
Oh,
We have
Oh,
magic
oh.
circles in our cart, so it's like not the most crazy thing to see.
No, but still.
But here's the thing, though. Our cart is very out of the ordinary.
Magic is not
Dude.
unordinary.
I know,
I'll
but
just kind of state that. Like
a big
the magic
piece of
stuff is not strange. I get it. That's not a.
just
I
the
don't think it's
specifics.
I don't think it's
Maybe
something
it's like a-
it's just for someone to have a magic circle and to just break into people's houses because they have it. While he sounds like a jerk, I don't know if I could like agree with like, oh, we should just break into his house because he has a magic circle. That's not a. I could not currently condone breaking into people's houses just because they have a magic circle. That's what I'm actually saying.
Well,
Well-
I agree, but with all of the other compounding evidence.
Hold on, one second. I'm sorry, because they are trying to say something. Was it Wind or Z or Tesh? You trying to say something?
well, honestly, I see no real reason. You know, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So, I see no reason why we at least don't check it out.
Red.
so
We
you
should check it out.
ceremonies in their living room. Who cares?
Yeah, but You know what? We don't know what kind of ceremonies it is, and there's a lot of weird shit going on in this town.
Oh, that reminds me. One of the notes that I didn't take, it was something about. Wait, I can remember. It was something about regular townspeople don't know anything anymore. It's like the elders are keeping everything kind of secret. Which would kind of explain why nobody could give us an answer.
Nobody actually knows what's happening. Okay.
Then we must go to the elder's house and find out what's happening.
Be
So maybe
warned, they're
when the
very
pack-
rude and tall.
Ghelfi.
Very
Well,
tall
maybe when
man.
the pact first happened, everybody was like grateful and like the snake said like grateful and thanking him and like maybe not worshiping but acknowledging him. And now that the day-to-day people have no idea, why would they like? They don't know anymore, so nobody's giving him the time of day.
It's gone from guardianship to servitude, it seems.
Seer is gonna say, I will check out the statue and see if it's something important or not.
Given what those scrolls that Z bought, it sounds like it was always a pact of servitude, but the serpent didn't mind as much when he was at least being, appreciated.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You
But I don't
know,
think
Seer
Seer should go alone. Because last time he went alone somewhere, he almost died.
True.
You're not wrong.
Should be a quick trip, in and out.
Yeah, like you said that the last time.
Actually, he didn't even tell us where he
True.
was going last time.
It's
Pretty
always
much true.
implied that it's always going to be a quick trip with Seer, considering they have long legs.
You're just going to the fountain? I'll go check it out.
Yeah, you know what? I'm game.
Everyone, let's go to the fountain.
You
Beer has a
yes.
Beer has a thought.
Mhm.
You said that none of the regular people know about this anymore, right?
Yeah, I think that's what the note said.
And the woman said, if you view the stuff, the papers, the scrolls, that it's punishable by jail time.
She sure did.
Wait, what?
Yeah, just looking at it is taboo. Though that begs the question of why they kept it.
Up in a safe.
Well, two lines of thought. One, what happens if we just because Beers made cop has written it down in his book,
Mhm.
all the stuff that was on the paper. Should we go ahead and burn these to admonish any potential of them being found?
Fit in the cart.
I don't know. I kind of feel like we should be telling the townspeople what's going on in town.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, we shouldn't keep it here.
Well, because
No evidence.
if they decide to ask if they can search the cart and they actually find it in here, that
Can we put it back?
I will gladly keep the notes if you must. Keep them off your
Also-
person.
A city here really doesn't have. I don't think this is a big proper city. Has like the authority to tell us to search our entirety of our carts.
Also, I don't think the cart will let them. Because my room only appears when I'm here.
Well, that is true.
Yeah, the card itself is pretty hard to search, but to say a city authority isn't in their bounds to search strangers for stolen goods, I'm not saying I would agree to let them, but like, hey,
I'm pretty sure they
people
checked
They
that.
definitely are.
stuff came out missing. The police are here to search your thing for stolen goods because you're new and it disappeared. I think
Do you
they
have
do.
a warrant?
Well, we don't exactly have the right to refuse them, though.
This isn't Earth 2020.
Well, this isn't our time.
I am a lawyer.
As
I'm
you
a
guys are
medic.
discussing this, Z's gonna just start shredding the paper.
Or
I mean,
we can just
destroy evidence is fine.
And second thought, Beers, because Beer's been pondering it while y'all have been talking. What do you think the reaction of the townspeople would be if they did find out about this?
Well,
They
one of two things. Either they're going to turn on the elders, or they're going to take the other side.
Look, the snake meat is good, okay? It's not like it's the worst thing that can happen. It's good meat.
Seer.
So I don't see the problem.
I mean, you're not wrong,
Go
but like,
over there to the statue. I mean, you can only do so much.
Yeah.
Beer's gonna give a slight little grin, and look at everyone. He's like, "Does anybody think I would make a decent town crier?"
Certainly.
yeah.
You know what? Why not?
Why not?
Because
Maybe with a little bit of makeup.
I've never heard you raise your voice before, so it'll be really interesting to see.
The seer is he's wearing a mask.
well, here's the thing. Beer's not good at deception. I have purposely built him to where any attempt to him even say he stole a cookie will completely and utterly fail him.
Oh no.
Oh, so you've chosen to auto.
Essentially, not quite auto, but like he values his professional integrity to the utmost degree. In a long story short, Beer's general thought is maybe a couple people hide nearby and see what their reactions are, while he goes and stands up by the statue and relays this quote-unquote information.
Problem is, though, is all we're doing is telling a story, essentially, without anything to back it up.
And if reading it's punishable, like, you're just gonna get arrested.
We could do propaganda.
What if we threw some
We don't
sort
know.
of snake party?
Oh, I'm good at spreading rumors.
Propaganda takes a long time.
Does it?
Depending on how
just
stubborn
throw
civilization
flyers
is.
And call it that? No. Check the statue.
Alex,
Yes.
do we know where the jail is that potentially would be?
Nah, you haven't specifically looked for it, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay. I just didn't know if there was like a barracks or something.
Yeah, I mean, you've been to various places around the town, but you haven't specifically looked like for the jail or the barracks or anything like that. And they wouldn't be around where you've guys gone, so I would say no, you do not know where that is. Starts. Seer's gonna raise the dead and walk in that way.
Oh, let's just head to the statue and there. I think we got all the notes.
But they were ripped up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to retract that you've ripped up the rather important documents, I will go ahead and let you do that.
Don't
Well-
need the notes. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, how are we gonna prove what we're trying to tell people?
It would be our word versus the word of the elder, who is the law, I guess.
All we really need to do, Sears says, is release Snake.
The Kraken?
Easy peasy. Snake. Easy.
Okay,
We
I'll
don't
keep
have
the
to
numbers
change the
on.
people. The people are just extra.
I'll retcon. I didn't rip them up. I'll put them on. I'll keep them on me, and I'll say, okay. I'll put.
Okay.
Or we could just take them back out.
And long story short, I, Seer, do not care if the people believe in this snake god or not. If the snake god peeps babies or descendants or not, or remain faithful to the snake god because Seer doesn't care.
It does sound kind of worrisome that there's a bound snake god of some sort. That's got me kind of concerned.
One of my biggest concerns is that long enough time goes by where it's bound and it goes mad and then breaks out, and then we have a very big problem on our hands.
It's already acting like it's the snowstorm is you Arcanus, you say the snake brought the storm. It's already our problem. Even if, as who was it that went over there? The elder said, well, it's not your problem. It kind of is. We're stuck here. Now, I'm still not sure we should just be breaking down houses, but if we could release this, I kind of like the idea of releasing the snake and let the town deal with their problem. If the
My
snake
only
lets us
concern is
go,
the people don't particularly know that they're abusing their god, and what if it is vengeful and
Like,
yeah, you
we
know
could
what? They
perhaps
just
use the freeing of the deity to show mercy on the people.
Arcanus,
yes.
you said it came to you in your dream, but it didn't. It didn't say it wanted freedom, right? It just wanted to be acknowledged and respected.
Correct. It doesn't. I don't think it wants the pact broken. I just think it wants the
pact
appreciation that was once given to it, as opposed to the blatant usage that it is now.
A deity not receiving its reciprocal prayers.
So we were able to convince the townspeople that that's all they needed to do is give it some respect, and the storms would go away.
What if?
Go ahead.
Well,
What if I sleep tonight and try to focus on speaking to it again, and come to some kind of arrangement that perhaps if we were to create some kind of offering in the town square near the statue, that the storm would stop briefly to show that
Ooh.
a show of respect would seize these things from happening.
That was slightly what I was going for with the town crier thing. Like,
if it's based off of religious things, I would be a pretty good preacher that way.
Yes.
Quite literally.
I just need to try and speak to it one more time.
Seer is
Sorry.
going to the fountain, y'all. I'm just saying. Seer just he walked to the fountain.
All right, this worked yesterday. Let me try something really quick. I'm gonna walk into the corner and close my eyes really hard. I'm gonna whisper under my breath, "Frostfang," and I'm gonna kind of just tap my forehead against the wall.
Roll me a religion check, Arcanus.
Not very good at these.
Oh.
Dunk.
Can I assist somehow?
No, not in this case, buddy.
I'm spending my last hero point.
Come on, nat 20. Give me nat 20. Do it.
God damn it.
Okay. 12.
Dunk.
I mean, your head kind of hurts, but you get nothing.
It's you. No, it's the wall. Nope, I got nothing. And I'll probably have to sleep before it talks to me again. But perhaps we could coordinate something, because a show of the storm breaking while an offering is being made and beer is crying to the town to offer their celebration of the snake once more.
That's a pretty good idea.
Pretty good idea. We could undermine these elders without even dealing with them at all.
Well, here's another thing. I imagine this is outside of the thing. The elder was pretty adamant about it not being any of y'all's business, and then all of a sudden, if someone who was not one of you two making it their business, it's kind of hard to corroborate one from the other. And if you wanted to, by chance, sneak in and take a peek at that summoning circle or whatever it is, that would be the most excellent time to do it when everyone else's attention is faced elsewhere.
That's brilliant.
It's not every day you've got this blue-skinned, black-hooded, dragon, barbarian people screaming in the middle of your town.
Speaking of which, this will probably be the last thing. Gabriel, Darian, and Seer, I would say as the others are talking, and you made your way out, you eventually arrive at the fountain that was mentioned before.
Wonderful.
Let's see where
As Seer gets close, he will basically cast Spirit Sense on the fountain.
it's ice sculpture, right? Let's see what chapter. A massive ice sculpture. Is that what this is?
It looks very similar to a massive ice sculpture, yes.
Right. Okay.
Detect thine magic.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Looking at notes. You both are specifically casting it on the fountain, correct?
The statue, fountain, the whole thing.
Awesome. Both of you roll me a will save. DC of 25.
Oh,
That's
Damn,
a
I rolled a
critical
2.
failure.
I rolled a 2.
Oh,
Okay.
You know what happened.
That is good. So, the good news is, both of you don't get knocked the fuck out. Darian, however, as soon as you cast magic on the fountain, you are out like a light. Seer, you are dazzled 2
wow.
as
Razzle dazzle, yo.
as you try and cast the spell on the fountain, and it's almost like whiplash. You just get smacked in the face, metaphorically, by the spell.
Man. Okay.
What you
Darren's
see is
out.
I'm having a nap.
Darren's out. Darren's out cold.
No, I'm warm because I still have my flashlight on,
Fair
which
enough.
heats me up.
my God.
Dazzle.
You are dazzled 2.
Yeah, he gets closer to the fountain, to the statue.
You can
Touch it.
certainly try.
I will try.
I will pull Darian away from the statue. Like I'm not gonna leave. Like I guess I don't know, 15 feet ish. Yeah, I'll drag him away. Like, oh dear.
And what do you do when you touch the fountains here?
Here is gonna say, "Get out," and eject. So
What?
Oh no.
It probably won't actually work, in theory.
no,
Okay.
but it would be nice.
Okay. Seer. Now, I need you to roll me a fortitude save, please. And I pray that you make this, because
Bring
if
it in.
not, you are going to hurt. You are going to hurt a lot.
Bring it home, buddy. Come on, bring it home, buddy. Come on.
Bringing it.
It is-
Bringing
it is-
it.
Okay. That is a critical failure.
All right,
Which
I got a
means-
hero point. I'm gonna
Okay.
lose my hero point.
Okay.
Bring it home. Come on. Bring it home.
So,
I mean,
the good news is it's
Wait
no
too.
longer a critical failure, but still a failure. And now instead of taking, what was it?
10d6.
Pretty close.
A number.
Instead
better than that.
of taking, oh, I'm worried. I'm just
You're
gonna
fine.
look because I could end up killing Seer outright with this. Hold on.
I'm an
Would be
alchemist.
the-
He's fine. I'm an alchemist.
Would
He's
be
fine.
wouldn't be the first time you almost did that.
It's true.
Seer's about to catch a finger of death.
Pretty close. Where are you? You team runners.
I don't know.
We can't trust these guys to go on their own ever again.
No.
You're not there.
I said I'm keeping an eye on Seer.
You are, but the rest
Okay.
of everyone else.
So, good news is I don't think this is gonna kill him outright. So that's good news. Because
It'd be quite difficult to kill him outright if he is anywhere near my HP.
yeah, because even with max damage, it would not double his HP, so he wouldn't go down. Let me just. Yeah. Okay, so that's good news. However, you are going to take 8d8 of damage.
Oh.
So I'm going to roll that now.
That is slightly worse than the 6d6 or 10d6.
Wow, that is
Still up, everybody.
So you will take 24 points of damage, Seer. As your spell fails, you do lose a spell slot. And you are ejected instead about 20 feet away as blast hits you.
That's that was a focus spell, so I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that hurt.
And you just hear me off the distance snoring.
Oh dear.
You're lucky that was not a crit, otherwise that would have been 16d8.
I can survive that.
So,
Alright, 12 HP left, everybody. I am hurt, but I'm not dead.
Did you learn your lesson? Never mind, I'm not there.
Seer is gonna say these words while he's on the ground in the snow. Looking up into the sky. This is something pretty powerful here. Yep. Today he just lay down and close his eyes.
and as now 2 members are on the ground laying down hurt and who knows what is up with the other one, things have taken an interesting turn and are starting to escalate as you all delve deeper into the mystery of Frostholm, and with plans forming and rituals happening, question mark. We'll see what happens next, as we'll go ahead and end our session there for today.
Woo!
What's up?
I was so
What happened?
upset that I rolled a 2 on my will save.
Oh boy.
Buddies.
So happy I
Buddies.
rolled so
I
high
rolled,
on my
I
will
rolled a
save.
2. I'm sad.
Thank
I am-
goodness you had that hero point, Seer.
Oh yes.
Let's see. Okay, that's better.
Buddies. This was a case of fuck around and find out, and oh boy, did you find out.
Yeah, I
Well,
found out how I love napping in this very particular spot.
So I have an
Indeed.
interesting statement for next week. While I've said that I won't make it, I actually don't need to be in the theater till 6:30, which means like if we're not done by like now, I would throw on the earbuds. I could still like someone would just roll my character sheet where I could drive. While driving, I could continue
no.
to role play.
Nope, that's not happening. You're not gonna be putting yourself in danger like that. Nope, that's not happening.
I mean,
Nope.
but if we can end this, well, I'd have to leave early if y'all wanted to. Like if y'all want to sort of, I would leave early, like probably around 5:30, which would have been like 30 minutes ago, or like maybe 20 minutes ago, because it's like a 35-minute drive for me.
I think next
Because we
session-
start at 4 and curtain call is 6:30. that makes sense for me?
I think we can have a relatively shorter session next session as well. And if I'm thinking if it's gonna go like I'm thinking it's gonna go, we could probably split the session up a little bit. Yeah. Give me some time. Let me think about it. Let me kind of plan out a little bit, and we can have next session be a little bit of a shorter session, and then the session after that is probably gonna be longer because again, if it's gonna go how I think it's gonna go, then you're probably gonna need it.
I am out
That was fun.
for the next 2 weeks, singing, but not dancing on stage, and murdering people.
We'll figure it out. It's fine.
That was great. I felt a rush of adrenaline.
Is
My
that
life
7:30
flashed
on
in my eyes.
Sunday?
Yeah, I was gonna say your light flashing before your eyes there, Seer.
Oh no.
Yes, very much so.